Welcome back here to the Pioneer Postgame Report. Tusculum victorious over Mars Hill, 69-46, off to an 8-0 start, their best start since the 94-95 season, and now joined by victorious head coach Meagan Price. And Coach, after the long layoff, you went into the game against Anderson, and I didn't get a chance to go on the road trip, but I was going to tell you that the round thing that bounces goes in the cylinder with the net, and you put it up and in. You had to worry about rust after that long layoff, and you start out 2-0 coming after that long break.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been pretty ugly. I won't lie to you. That's something we've been preaching a little bit, but it's tough with COVID, because we need to take that long break at the same time. But then getting everybody back, making sure that everybody's in shape, but then trying to, as a coach, figure out how much do I pull back and say, okay, but we need rest too. So it's just been kind of a hit or miss, but we've went back to some old habits, so we're trying to get those out of the way. So I'm glad we've had these couple of games to do that.
You take on a Mars Hill team that off to a rough start on the season, and you jump out to a 20-point lead at halftime, but all of a sudden Marshall gets hot from the floor. They give you a little bit of challenge there in the third quarter, cut it to 14, and your team responds. Yeah,
they responded really well. Jay, I think, had her maybe career high tonight with 25 points. I'm looking at 5 rebounds. That's big for us, and she's hurt a little bit. And so trying to figure out how do we get her some rest, like on these off days, or, if we practice, just hold her out for a little bit. But I thought that we did good. We've got to figure out a way to come out better in the third.
They went into a 2-2-1 full-court zone in that third quarter, and it gave you a little bit of trouble the first couple times up the floor, but then really settled into it, and Marta did a good job transitioning in that third quarter.
She did, and I think we do a great job because Bree's a great ball handler. So anytime somebody presses us, I tell the girls, hey, tell them to bring it on. The biggest thing is us learning that tempo. We want to slow the game down after we get it past half court, and you don't want to just keep rushing shots unless you've got numbers.
This is a Tusculum team that in that third quarter, they saw Mars Hill cut it back to 14. Ugly first half. Mars Hill shoots 19%, Tusculum 32%.
Yeah.
Marshall gets hot, and then Jayla Arnwine responds. You talked about her career high, 25 points, equals her career high with 5 3-pointers in the game.
Yeah, it's awesome. And, I was telling them, I said, this might be the worst we've ever shot. And I said, let's act like we're winning, because I felt like at little times we looked sluggish and maybe a little tired. But at the same time, I was just telling them, we got to fight adversity. This is a great time to fight adversity. We know that we're going to get the win, but the biggest thing is getting better through the win and not just allowing people to come back on us because we're just being lackadaisical and not giving 100% effort, which I thought we did a better job down the stretch. It just took us a little while to get going after the halftime.
I've never seen anything like it. Maddie Sutton, 8 games in, 8 straight double-doubles, the most in Division II, and she just keeps on going.
Yeah, she does. She's ruthless, and I love it about her. I was talking to her the other day because I was saying, how do you always know? Because, people know where the ball's coming off, but she can still go get it knowing where the ball's coming off. And in all my years of coaching, she's the best rebounder I've ever seen.
We saw a few unfamiliar faces to Meagan in the basketball game because it's been such a long layoff. But Deidre Shearman gets into the game. Jordan Rogers gets into the game. They're starting to get more minutes and kind of get into their role.
Yeah, and I thought, Jordan did a great job. She's got to be better with her shot selection and being stronger.
A little bit out of control.
Yeah, out of control, and she's looking for the foul. And I told the ref, I said, don't call that because we got to get tough. That's a big thing for us. You got to get tough. You got to learn. She's played Division II before. She's a transfer. So I want her to be a little bit better in terms of controlling her body, getting to the rim. She's made a couple threes for us. She's played some big minutes for us tonight when we needed it. But we got to grow as a group. And, we're battling injuries bad right now. And so for us, we're just trying to grow that bench as much as we can, be patient, teach while we've got the time period this week. But we got to jump right back into it next week with Carson Newman.
And you have a Coker team coming in here that you take on this Saturday.
Yeah.
2 games at home, and it doesn't get any better than an 8-0 start.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm happy about it.
Head coach Meagan Price, her team victorious over Mars Hill, now 8-0 as Tusculum with the victory. Again, your final, Tusculum 69, Mars Hill 46. Back with more of the postgame report after this as you listen to Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.